In this question, we will learn to calculate the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient is a statistical measure in which we calculate the relationship between two quantitative variables, not qualitative variables, but quantitative variables. Before the calculation of correlation coefficient, we will have to discuss some uh, properties of correlation coefficient. And first of all, that the answer of correlation coefficient always ranges between -1 to +1, both inclusive. And second property of correlation coefficient is that it is always equals to the geometric mean of two regression coefficient, beta x on y and beta y on x, which will be discussed in the next videos related to the regression analysis. And there are 5 possible relationships of correlation coefficient. 5 different relationships are positive, negative, perfectly positive, perfectly negative, and zero correlation. And all these 5 relationships are deeply related to the answer of the correlation coefficient. For example, if answer of correlation coefficient is 0, it means that there is no relationship between these two variables. If answer is +1, it means that there is proportional positive relationship between these two variables, which further means that if one variable increases or moves upward, the other variable also increases or moves upward proportionally, and vice versa. And if answer is -1, it means that there is perfectly negative relationship between these two variables. Further, it means that if one variable moves upward, then other variable moves proportionally downward, or vice versa. And if answer is ranges between 0 to 1, it means that there is positive relationship between these two variable, or it means that if one variable increases, other also increases. If one decreases, other also decreases, but not proportionally. And if answer ranges between -1 and 0, it means that there is negative relationship, which means that if one variable increases, other decreases, or one decreases and other increases, but not proportionally. So there are a lot of formulas of correlation coefficient, but here it is very easy formula to calculate correlation coefficient. It is always denoted with the lowercase letter r, and this formula is equals to sum of x y divided by n minus product of mean of x and y, and whole divided by standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. So we need here 5 different calculations: x, y, x and y, product of x, y, x square, y square. So first variable income is denoted here with the letter x, and second variable consumption here is denoted by the letter y. So sum of x is 225, sum of y is 189. Similarly, here is a product of x and y. So sum of the product of x and y is 4296. Sum of x square is 5145, and sum of y square is 3597, and sum or count is 10. So here we can calculate first mean of x, because sum of x over n is equals to mean of x, sum of y over n is equals to mean of y. So after putting the values in the formula, the mean of x is 22.5 and mean of y is 18.9. And another two calculations are standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. These both are discussed in the previous lessons of measures of dispersion. So here is a ungrouped data. So in ungrouped data, standard deviation of x is the under root of sum of x square over n minus square of mean of x, and similarly standard deviation of y is always equals to the under root of sum of y square over n minus square of mean of y. So after putting the values in the formula, the standard deviation of x will be equals to 2.87 and standard deviation of y will be equals to 1.58. Now we are going to put the values in the formula of correlation coefficient. Sum of xy is 4296 and n is 10. So 4296 divided by 10 minus mean of x and mean of y. We already calculated above. So just simply multiply these two means and subtract from the 429.6 and divided by product of standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y, which is equals to 4.5346. So after summing, the answer is 0.96. So it indicates that the relationship is positive. Theoretically, it means that if income increases, the consumption also increases, not proportionally, but there is a positive relationship between these two variables.